So I went on a first date and a car was about to hit me and he grabbed me and pulled me away. And I don't know why, but that just gave me the ick because it's literally the first date. Why are you so obsessed with me? Like it was just so desperate. And it's like, play it cool.
I'm really hoping that this girl is a paid actress, but even if so, I hate how there's TikToks out there telling men that this is creating an ick in some women. Like the simplest of things causing icks. You guys don't realize what it does to men.
Don't allow today's women to undermine your capacity for emotional stability. That is the most priceless thing there is. I wish you much success. But now I want to know what you think about modern women who only want the best people and only provide closeness. Have you ever encountered a woman who meets those criteria? Didn't think so.
I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to find someone that makes them happy. I want everybody to live a beautiful life that they want for themselves. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I can't stand the delusion. Now we all got to sit here and we got to be like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, this is somebody who could get 95% of guys. And imagine going through life with that sense of delusion. Like we see it, and this is an extreme example, but when women walk around like that, imagine walking around thinking, I could get 95% of guys. How many guys are you telling no to because you think you're better than them? Are you? Or is it in your head? Just think about it. If you don't want to wind up alone, you have to have a realistic assessment of what you bring to the table, of your looks, of your capabilities, of what you're willing to do in a relationship, of your character, all of it.
Men always just want virgins that hadn't had to anyone and are really good girls. Like you want younger women as well, so it's like that whole predator vibes.
What if I said women are stupid, can't make money, short, and weak because they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more confident, ambitious, etc.? That would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? We don't shame female preferences. Okay? When a woman says, I want a man that's tall, makes money, etc., you go, girl, you deserve it. That's your preferences. If I say, I want a girl that's not a hoe, that has some sexual temperance, isn't going to embarrass me when I walk in a room, beautiful, young, etc. That's considered, oh, that's toxic and masculine. We demonize male preferences, but we don't demonize female preferences.
So what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 70-80% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes and make women single parents. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because their husbands are trash, treating them badly?
Now here we go with the ad hominem stuff. This is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture forever. That when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
Truth be told, all men want is peace. A man needs to be in a position of leadership, but the boss babe narrative is being advanced in today's world to convince women that they don't need men and to even denigrate them as filth. Be honest for a moment. Not all men and women are good people, and I'm not claiming that every woman is materialistic 304.
Women often complain about toxic men, yet despite him displaying very concerning behaviors, perhaps even abusive behavior, you made out with him, you went on subsequent dates with him, you rewarded essentially and reinforced his behavior.
Same time I was younger then, and on the third date I knew I wasn't gonna see him anymore, and the red flag was when he paid for this expensive taco meal and I got a whole bunch of drinks the third date to make up for what happened the second one. I was like, oh yeah, I might be moving. And he's like, oh, you're moving? Then why am I paying for your date then? I told you I wanted a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, I think like in the future, like to get out of it. And then after that, I was like, I'm not seeing this kid again.
I base my decisions on facts. I want you guys to recognize the trends and follow them. Of all, being a man is not simple, especially in today's society. Due to unpleasant dating experiences, unfounded accusations, or simply because women don't provide anything to the relationship besides intimacy, many men have already welcomed men who go their own way. It's normal to think about going your own way for a bit, if not permanently, if you're a man, and all the women you wind up with are entitled and annoying.
If I could change places with anyone in this world, I think it would be my husband. What a privileged man. In his world, the mini trash cans empty themselves. His mirror never has toothpaste splashes on it. Little by little, his house becomes more aesthetically pleasing and he has no idea how or why. He doesn't have to worry about giving the children their vitamins. He lives in a world where he doesn't know that you have to vacuum under the cushions of a couch. Tag your husband if he's one of the elite and knows these things.
The problem that I have with this video is not that she's picking out one particular thing that she always does for her child while leaving out a lot of things that he probably does all the time, such as building stuff like that deck. That's not it, because I think that every relationship has that to some degree. It is all about the teamwork. But that is not where she ends the video. She does bash her husband because she goes on to list 3 other things that he never does that she only takes care of, and then she calls him privileged.
They seek good men, while they case Chad and Tyrone. Some women continue to ask where the good men are despite all the evidence urging males to avoid the dating scene. The good men are not in outer space or on a barren island. You were unaware of them even though they were and are in front of you. I firmly believe that women should learn how to appreciate being alone rather than hopping from man to man and feeling frustrated that they can't find a partner, just as many men are learning to do.
Why do you think guys no longer want to get married?
Ooh, I'm gonna answer this one. First of all, we have to look at the statistic. 50% of all marriages end in divorce. 70% of those divorces are initiated by women. The family court system is notoriously unfair towards men, especially when it comes to child custody rights. Let's put it another way. If we had a coin, and heads meant that you win $1 million, tails meant that you lose everything, your car, your phone, your home, your money, your job, everything, would you take it? Most people reasonably wouldn't take that deal. So maybe, just maybe, it's not men. Maybe there's a scarcity of women who are marriage material. And maybe men are apprehensive about a judicial system that doesn't favor them. And that has nothing to do with men going their own way. It has everything to do with men making smarter decisions about their future.
Why is a father considered to be a good dad if he encourages his daughter to dress modestly, but a boyfriend's considered controlling if he wants his girl to do the same?
Oh, woo! Wait, repeat that? Hold on. Well, I have strict parents, so he doesn't know. We got daddy issues. That's right. That's it. Right. You can't pick us. You can't take the daddy issues away from us, right? No, it's naturally our characteristics. That's right. Hear me out. Okay. Your dad tells you to dress up or dress down. You listen to him, right? Your boyfriend tells you to do that. Find another way.
But isn't he daddy?
No. Boyfriend, hey, we be in the moment, okay? When we call him daddy, we be in the moment. We don't meet it with our heart or our chest. That's right. Woman empowerment. My Insta is BBYBenny9743. Malibu goes crazy on TikTok and Instagram.
Fuck yeah, again, it's gg.lyby.
Yeah. Met the kids?
Because I told him I don't want to unless we're married.
You've never met these children?
Yeah, I haven't. But that's my choice, though. Okay.
You've been with a dude for 2 years with kids. You'd be a stepmother before a wife, and you've never even met these children?
A good dose of isolation and reflection would be beneficial. Instead of focusing on themselves to improve what they have to offer, they would rather fantasize about the qualities they want in a partner. Although these women frequently voice their complaints, do they make every effort to improve themselves?
Oh, I disagree with the fact that you think that women, because they don't make enough money, they can't get certain men and stuff like that. Yeah, I do disagree with that.
When did I ever say that?
You said it to several women, actually.
No, you're actually 100% wrong. This woman is actually trying to say that I've told women that if you don't make a certain amount of money, you can't have a certain amount of men. Men don't care about your money. Many of you women are unfit for the men you're looking for. You're physically unfit, you're emotionally unfit, you're psychologically unfit, you're relationally unfit.
You know what? I don't have to work. I'm fine. And I look young, so I'm not worried.
And you act even younger.
And I want to. Who wants to look old or stressed out?
This is a damn shame. This is what our women think they should be. A fucking childish 50-year-old.
No one says.
Fucking childish 50-year-old. I'm sitting here looking at this. This is what black men have to pick from.
What if I told you that a modern woman is likely to break up with a man after a seemingly unimportant occurrence, or for the most unimportant of reasons? Given how frequently this occurs now, it shouldn't be shocking. But let me give you guys an example so you are able to understand better and understand this.
A lot of guys are socially awkward.
I think you're a bit ignorant to like the average guy's experience. Consider this, right? Most guys, the average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted.
Oh, you're talking about
his grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman, and his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now as a young man in the Western world.
So you're talking about hoflation.
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation. So modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
Modern women lose when they look for perfection. So imagine a guy who has everything. You know the sixes. A six-pack, 6-foot height, 6-figure income, and a car, an epic apartment along with a great career. On top of it, the guy is attractive, social, and popular. He checks all the right boxes. Even though nobody is perfect, this guy meets her requirements and is the man she has always desired. It seemed that he was the kind of man that every woman in the present era fantasizes about. Even though she could see he had every desirable trait she was seeking, she rejected him because he drove an outdated automobile. She acted in a way that was both stupid and immature. A girlfriend of hers asked what had happened, fully aware that this man would make a wonderful husband for her and a terrific father for her children. A wonderful man and this fickle woman were on their way to a blissful marriage until she abruptly decided he wasn't good enough since he drove an old car. This is only one reason why finding a good woman may be so difficult for males. We're meant to be in a tolerant era, and most people concur that consumerism is bad. But it appears that many contemporary women are still materialistic and willing to dump a guy for the most trivial reasons. At least he has a running vehicle. The windows can move up and down. There is air conditioning in it. It takes you to many destinations, but you throw the person out because the car is too old. A car is difficult to replace, but a shallow woman is incredibly simple to change. Think about that. This makes men question a good, dedicated girl's capacity to take care of and support them. Since it seems like the idea of having a successful relationship is steadily receding into obscurity, the most rational choice a guy can make is to just stop dating.
Be very careful, gentlemen, of the type of women you bring your girl around. So here I am, I'm dating this young girl, she's 10 years younger than me. I think I was 33 at the time, she was 23. I'm bringing her around all my successful friends and their wives. And they're like, I've got this handbag, I've got this handbag. And these girls starts getting, speaking of delusions of grandeur. So let's say I'm making, at the time, $250,000 or $500,000 a year. Good money for a dude. But my boys are making millions, 10 millions. They're the biggest hotel nightlife guys in all of Miami. And these are the dinner tables, and these are the women that are surrounding my girl. So here's my girl who was broke as shit, just graduated college, 22, now she's 23, and she's like, yeah, well, like so-and-so has a $10,000 bag, so that's kind of what I want. And so-and-so has a $100,000 ring, so this is kind of where I'm at. I'm like, you were homeless and hungry when I met you, baby.
Women are sometimes egotistical and unconcerned about equality. The example mentioned earlier illustrates how males are becoming increasingly tired of modern women. Men may be so irrational toward them, yet men just demand basic traits like devotion, support, and understanding. Most women today, however, are unable to provide even these bare necessities.
Women like to say, I'm gonna a lot of guys in a lot of different ways. They say, I'm dating myself. I'm figuring things out. I need to find out who I am. Ladies, this is bad advice because you're 18 years old right now. You're probably about maybe 2 years from being at your peak market value, but if you took her advice, you would probably end up like her. Due respect.
That's right. Today, men are realizing they don't need to put women on pedestals. It's not enough to just work out and put on more makeup, particularly if they do it after running into the wall. Women only need to keep their beauty at the age of 18, whilst guys are literally nobodies. Men are beginning to realize the truth and are no longer ready to treat women like idols. Women shouldn't be exalted since they're just like everyone else, and they also make mistakes, just like everyone else. For instance, thinking that making a guy feel good in bed will keep him around. She, therefore, attempts to contain Chad when he shows there in the expectation that he will turn out to be the man she has always wanted. On the other side, Chad succeeds in getting what he wants, including some rapid action and raising her death toll. Contrary to several of the great individuals she met in her 20s, Chad does not desire commitment. Now that she's been run through by several men, the good gentlemen don't want to enter and tidy up the mess. What matters is her emotional baggage, not how she glides on top of a person. It is not the duty of a guy to serve as a lifetime therapist for a woman who's been making horrible choices since entering adulthood. Men are encouraged to follow their own paths by women's selfishness. The idea that women are naturally valuable and men are compelled by nature to create their own value was long accepted by the majority of people. Different from modern women who look for the best men without offering anything worthwhile to the relationship. Men who go their own way accept the unfairness of life. The majority of guys work really hard to improve themselves and provide value. And guess what? If they are in a relationship and have had a tough day at work, they do not think of abusing their spouse. Men who are devoted to a relationship work hard to provide for their families and respect women and children. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.